It is connecting. Great. Great. Good morning. I don't know why this ended up being a rush. I thought I was prepared, but then I went to the shops and somehow that always triggers me. And I try hard not to be triggered. I don't like being triggered, but what is that word anyway? What does it mean? It seems to every word seems to encompass much more than we think. So, Monday again. It's the 14th of September 2020. My dog's at my feet because I've surrounded myself with stuff again. When I read the books like Prelude to the Landing and A Planet of Choice, The Only Planet of Choice, I just sit and read. But here I like to, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I surround myself with stuff, and Zippo was in the garden till just now, and I thought, well, maybe he'll just stay in the garden while I do this half hour or so. But he decided 30 seconds ago, with loud barking, to be let in. So he's now in here. He saw there's no space for him, so he's at my feet. 14th of September. Values are the most precious property the human family possesses. They give us our unique sparkle. Values. Values. What's values? What do you value? What do you value in yourself? What do you value in other people? It's not really a Van Gogh, is it? Or a Mercedes-Benz. What we really value. We think we value that. If everything else is in place, then, you know, have time to value. We have time to value now, to value the things which are really important, which is people connecting, people talking to each other, people having fun, gathering, breathing freely. That's what I value. And slowly but surely, over the last 6 months, the things I value have become quite difficult to attain sometimes. Like, I value peace of mind. And when I'm in my circles, I always feel very aligned and in my center. And I think a lot of people feel that. Otherwise we wouldn't have a harmonic convergence in a circle where we play together and we just step on a higher vibe, simply without words, just with our doing. And it's often surprised me because I've had many circles where people who have come for the first time will sit with an instrument and say, so what are you doing now? Are you playing or are you performing? And I'm, no. Take an instrument, right? Anything. Everybody always likes the big powwow. I like the big powwow. I've got 2 of them now. The big one, you know. Powwow. It's a good word, isn't it? Anyway, I say just take an instrument and then we just start. We just start. We just start. I'm just having an imaginary circle here now. Let me have an imaginary circle here. Because that's what it's all about. Imagination, vision, large vision. Not a fearful vision, but a vision of the things we really like to do. Because what do we value, really, ultimately? What we value is what makes our heart sing, you know. What makes my heart sing? My heart sings when I am in a group doing circles. So let's just imagine I'm in a circle. And I'll show you what I mean. Oh, we got a good one here. Last week I played Tim Wheater again. And I think I also played Sika. Sika is going to have an online concert early October, I saw. I shall definitely tune into that. The good thing is that you can always re-watch, can't you? You don't have to watch it at the time. this was quite a nice one. In fact, I'm not even facilitating on this one. My friend Ali is. I was just co-facilitating. Sometimes it's easier if it's two people. Just throw a few different instruments in and it becomes something new. An improvisation and drum circle, music circle with improvisation is always new. It's always fresh. It's not repeated because there's never the same people in the circle. And it helps to have a little facilitation, I find. But people have been drumming together for centuries, so... It's a good one. It's Hawaii. Hawaii was awesome. Nice energies there. And of course, an amazing group of people. Global. Chinese, Japanese, and some Americans, and some Canadians, and some Australians, and some Europeans, and then some Danish fellow who was facilitating actually. You can't do these things with a mask, sorry for people. Never wear one, never will, never have. And I'm not an uncaring person, I don't need to prove myself with that. I know it. So how well do you know yourself? You're following other people's orders because you don't know yourself very well, or do you truly believe? Surely not anymore. Oh, this is a good one. There's always a good one, these gatherings. Because Earth, Gaia, Mother Earth, has already ascended. It's much lighter on this planet. There's much more knowledge. The darkness is being expelled. Does this sound epic? If it does, it's because it is. Let's hear this again. It's a Monday.
As one
I know, I shan't win a prize as a singer. That's alright. Doesn't mean I can't sing, does it? X Factor is well overrated, guys, as we know now. Many things have been well overrated. Well overrated. Television is well overrated. Pharmaceuticals are well overrated. Technology depends. Is it used for good or is it used for bad? 5G is used for bad, scrambles your bloody brain. There might be better technology. I'm sure it's around that there is better technology. It's just that we won't hear about it, will we? Because the money, the money, the money. So, you have to put your hand on your own heart. You can't ask of others what you're not prepared to do yourself. And what is that? That's what we're learning right now. Quest Festival Community Circle, Saturday 27th. 7 years ago. That was old. Let's just see what this was. What a shame, what a shame. Why have we got 6 people here? Let's just see what it sounds like. Because, I mean, with the instruments I have, 3 people sound great, you know? Different sounds. Horses for courses, isn't it? Everybody's life has horses for courses. What's this here? This was a nice one. This is a facilitated program. Well facilitated. this, but there was a very complicated rhythm there actually on the base of it all. I couldn't keep up with my djembe with that rhythm, but that's why I just took that one. So if you're maybe not an accomplished drummer, it doesn't really matter, because you can just pick the one. Come on, Zippy, come up here then now. I'm on the line here. He doesn't understand. Right, this has got me on a different vibe. Sorry, a very high vibe, which seems to disappear when I go shopping and see people with masks. I found this in the garden. You know what that is? Looks to me like a fork on a branch, a fork in the road, a crossing. And I strongly feel that we have to see and listen to signs, you know? Signs. Now, if you don't know what I mean, then there's nothing I can do, because everybody is so different. And that has become very apparent. Sorry, I'm looking for my little thingy. Always looking for this. Whoever been in my circle knows that. I'm always looking for this. I'm always looking for signs. I find so many signs. I find so many stones which look like hearts. And I always think, everything is alright. I love this one. I don't know, found this one years ago. It's also a heart. But look at it. Look how, I mean, how many little creatures went in there and got all this stone to look like this, and it still looks like a heart. I don't know, I've over 30 of them. And when I'm feeling a little bit down, and I'm thinking, this world is really a difficult place, then I find a stone. Or I hear a song. Or I see a red robin. Or I have a really, really good conversation with a good friend. And then I feel alright again. See, these things are really easy tools for me to make myself feel better. Conversations often do not have that effect on me, depending on what the other person says. So, for me at the moment, it's like dashing to the shops, dashing home again, dashing to the beach, dashing to the beach, dashing to the beach, and breathe. No masks on the beach, and I feel like my breath comes easier, and my dog loves the beach. And then I go back over the high street, and I see the muzzled people, and I'm thinking, God, appear to them in their dreams. Tell them to breathe freely. A mask no longer makes you look caring, makes you look scared and worried. Be brave, there is a new world emerging. Is it? Yes, there is. But what do you see? Depends where you look. Everything is personal perception, guys. That's what I've realized. You can have the same conversations with two different people. With one of them you end up arguing, and the other one embraces you for your good ideas. We are always watched. which are everywhere, and apart from Facebook collecting your details, and apart from all of that, we also have angels by the side, and guides, and dreams and visions. So make sure you have some dreams and visions, because we are creating the future right now. And when I go in a shop and I see people with masks and they take it on and off, and then they go in the car and they hang it on the mirror, I'm thinking the incidences of Legionnaire's disease and bacterial infections would increase dramatically. Sweet. Actually, I was thinking this morning what I would like to do, because I have no furlough or anything, because I'm self-employed, and even though my business was going quite well the last 9 years, I never made much money, but I enjoyed and put my whole heart into it. But I also did art workshops. I know lots of people have been at my art workshops, also at my retreats, and we always have an art, well, I always, for 4 years running or whatever, I do an art workshops where I prepare frames, like these sort of frames, and they have become, they're very much in the moment. I do them just in the moment. I have done last year for this workshop in June. I've made quite a few of them. Look, here's a very different one. They all start with a heart, right? And then sometimes it stays a heart, and sometimes, well, this is a heart too, but sometimes the heart disappears, but it's still a nice colour. It's green. It's number 7. Anyway, most of them are made 2020. Rubbish. 2020. I did a lot of them in January and February, and some are 2019, because I prepared last year the various frames for the workshop at Gaunt's, which did not happen. This is one I made 2017 at the workshop, because then everybody gets a little, they draw a number out of the hat. That's how I've created it, because otherwise people argue about certain frames. So number out of a hat, and a number on the back of the picture, and this happened to be number 1. And then everybody gets on with all the stuff I provide, glitter and names and little letters and little stuff from necklaces which are broken and so on. And I think I must have done this because I take part in the workshop, of course. I always take the leftover frame nobody wanted or nobody drew. And I did this one here. I love this one actually because it says, celebrate life, love, nature and friends. And for me, those are very, very important values. Anyway, so I don't know whether I will sell this, but I need to create a little bit of the stuff which makes the world go round at the moment, which is money, money, money. And so I shall offer them on my Facebook page, Marketplace. I think I've been told to go to Marketplace, and I will charge £25 or 3 kindness credits, euros 28 or something. I expect there won't be anybody from Europe looking at this. But I've uploaded this on my YouTube as well, and I shall do a little bit of promoting myself later, because can you imagine? Universal Credit deducted utilities from my benefit. I'm unhappy. Not happy now. So I thought it was very cheeky going directly into Universal Credit as an electricity company. I mean, what the fuck is that? So anyway, I'm meant to experience these things. I know. I have realized that we are all experiencing what we are meant to experience, and each soul has a different level of evolution. Have you been here before? Have you never been here before on this planet? some people find it very difficult because they haven't been here before, but I think most of us here now have been here many times. I'm determined not to rant because I do believe in a very high evolved future for myself and my loved ones. And the lines are getting clearer, I think. Maybe a mask make you look caring 3 months ago, but now it doesn't make you look caring. It just makes it clear that you only listen to the main news. And we are in a change. So other information sources are imperative. Talking to people who are in the know is imperative. I listened to Magenta Pixie this morning. I loved her explanation of the channeling she did about from the 9 about the color yuga. I've heard about this before. I've read so much of this stuff and it's so interesting. She's written 2 books actually. Divine Architecture and the Starseed Template, and The Infinite Helix and the Emerald Flame. Oh, this is interesting. Just a minute. I think I might have to give this frame to Magenta. Good colours, aren't they? The Emerald Flame. I thought this was a bit of a mistake, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a mistake. In fact, maybe there is no such things as mistakes. Look, this is my favourite one. It's sort of black. Lots of them. I mean, this is a bit of a stretch. I know, but I'll make it still. What? It's got holes in it again. So it's like a double luck, isn't it? First of all, it looks like a heart and it has a hole in it. But you have to find them yourself. I love Mother Earth. And on Sundays, the last few weeks, at 7 o'clock in the UK, I have done a meditation because I read this book aloud, which is rather synchronistic to the times we're finding ourselves in now. This was published in 1993, and it's actually a collection of question and answers of the sessions they had with Tom, who channeled the 9 until 1994 or 3. And at the moment, I'm at the very last chapter of Prelude to the Landing on Planet Earth, written by Stuart Holroyd, who I heard is still alive, I think. He must be an old gentleman now because he was born 1933, but I wish him well if he should ever hear of me. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It needed to be out there. And I've got 1 chapter left. Anatomy of a Mystery, chapter 9. So this, the last chapter, chapter 8, ended in 1975, where they prevented atomic destruction of a great part of this planet, which was rather wonderful. And you can believe it or not, this is irrelevant to me. Anatomy of a Mystery is something I can't wait to read. And that's what I shall do very soon today. I have a friend coming later. So I hope this is more a stream of consciousness now than it was in the first few weeks of what I did here. But I've soon realized over time that the narrative of the mainstream is screwed. And therefore I've kept my own counsel. But I've done 26 of them, and I shall publish on Facebook later, and I hope I sell some of these because I need some loot. Bye!